Right, so in today's video I'm going to be thoroughly testing out the onboard microphones with the newly released DJI Osmo Nano. And then when I've tested out the onboard microphones with the Nano, we'll switch over to the wireless mic 2 and I'll show you how to hook it up to the Nano and see how that performs also. So whilst I'm doing this audio test today, just keep an eye on the stability of the camera. It's in rock steady all the way through today. Also the overall clarity, and we're in 4K 30, standard DUO, and that rock steady enabled. Right, so I've come back to Hardwick Hall today. It's a very historical place. We've got 2,000 acres. Obviously I'm not exploring all that today. But I've done a lot of videos at the top where the old hall is, which were built around the 1590s. So we've got over 400 years of history here. And this behind me is one of 2 duck decoys. So I'm just going to show you what they are and what they were used for. Because back then, they didn't have the luxuries we've got today. They couldn't just go to a supermarket and buy a duck. So they had to build these duck decoys, and I'm going to show you and explain what they did to catch the ducks. Here we go. So now I'm just going to go into that duck decoy for you, and that'll be a good excuse to just keep an eye on that 1/1.3 sensor. I'm not going to go into the super night mode because I've done a video on that already, and as of now, after 2 weeks of release, it's not ready and it's not usable. So we'll just be keeping a close eye on the 1/1.3 sensor in normal filming mode. And as I'm doing this today, really listen out for that onboard microphone. It's always going to be held 30 to 40 centimeters away on the vlogging stick as I'm talking to it, and soon I'll be switching it around, talking to the back of the camera, see if there's any differences to that front and back microphone. I'll get there in a minute. And now I'm talking to the back of the Nano, and the Nano's around 30 centimeters away from me, and I'm just talking as normally as I did when I'm facing the front of the camera. So let's walk slowly into this really dark decoy. And that's just the 1/1.3 sensor without the super night mode. Because if I turn it into super night mode now, this would just be complete blackness. So this is where one of the duck decoy people will be stood, and he'd be able to really keep a close eye on what's happening out there with all the wildlife. And there's one exactly the same as this, the other side, like I said, 50 meters away. And I did say I wasn't going to switch over to that super night mode, but I really want to show you how unusable it is. I'm filming in normal filming mode at the moment, so this is really utilising that 1/1.3 sensor without the super night mode enabled. And now I'm going to switch over to the super night mode just to show you how unusable it really is at the moment. And now I've switched over to super night mode, and as you can see straight away, it's significantly darker than in normal filming mode. Now when you put these up side by side, it looks like you got them the wrong way around. That's how bad it is. So it's not all bad. I know DJI can fix this because they did with the Action 5 Pro. So I'd say with over a few more updates, they'll have nailed this super night mode, so it's a lot more usable. And now I've switched back to normal filming mode, and as you can see, it's a lot brighter and a lot more usable than super night mode. And now I'm going to walk out a dark place straight into a light on this overcast day. Once again, keep listening out for the audio quality because that's mainly what this is about today. And also we can kind of see the clarity on an overcast day rather than that bright lit sunny day, which I've only done with this Nano since release date. And now I'll spin the camera around and vlog to the back of it, approximately the same distance away as I'm doing right now, between 30 and 40 centimeters. Let's see if there's any difference in audio quality. So now I'm talking to the back of the Nano. Can you hear any audio differences from when I'm talking to the front of the Nano to when I'm talking to the back? And I've got to keep talking, so I might keep repeating myself today, but it is an audio test, so I've got no choice to keep waffling on here. Right, so now I'm making my way over to the other duck decoy, and this was the large pond where they gather the ducks, and I was just stood over there, and the other duck decoy's just over there. We'll get to that in a minute. But halfway, we've got what they're trying to replicate what they did back then. Let me just get the camera in the position. So this isn't the noise of a duck, but this is the noise of a teal. They should have somehow made that a duck noise because this was a duck decoy, not a teal decoy. But you get the gist what they kind of were trying to do there. So now let's make our way to the other duck decoy. Right, so now I'm stood on the other duck decoy, opposite the one I was just stood on. And if you can just see down there, I'll just crop in here on this 4K footage. You'll see the wire mesh in there. So it's obviously not the original duck decoy. That would have rotted many years ago. So they've kind of replicated it with this wire meshing one. So you could kind of see what's happening here. There'd be a guy in this duck decoy, which I'm going to go into a minute. He'd be stood at the other one, so they can keep a close eye on all the birds and wildlife around here. Two guys, I should imagine, in some camouflage. They'd have the duck callers, and then they've got some little bit of rope there on a pulley at either side, quacking away with those duck decoys. As soon as it got full of ducks in there, they'd let either door down on the pulleys, and then they could have some duck's legs. So now I'm talking to the back of the microphone once again, and this is the other decoy. This one's in better condition than the other one. And once again, we'll be testing out the 1/1.3 sensor as I walk through in here. Oh. Can't go in there, floor's absolutely wet through. Nearly went in. I've got my trainers on, my feet are going to be soaking, so I'm not going to go into there. But you get the gist from the other one. So up to now you've been listening to the onboard microphone at the front and the rear, around 30 centimetres away. I've got it on a 1.5 metre selfie stick here, so let's fully extend this out and talk normally and see what it sounds like at 1.5 metres. So now you're listening to the onboard microphone at approximately 1.5 metres away from me with this selfie stick. So what does the audio sound like? Now I know these action cameras from DJI, they're quite phenomenal really, the onboard microphones, and when they're close to you with no wind, you've got to look out, has that person got a wireless mic, because they're that good. Coming up to a little gate here. Hey, what's that gate sound like? So what's the onboard quality sound like approximately 1.5 metres away from me whilst I'm walking? And now I'm going to keep the pole at 1.5 metres but spin the camera around just to see if I can hear any audio differences there while it's recording too. How's about that? Alright, so now it's fully stretched out. I know you can hardly see that, but you probably can hear that. That's now facing away from me at approximately 1.5 metres, and I'm talking to the back of the Nano. So can we hear any audio differences from when I was talking to the front to the back at 1.5 metres? And now I'm back at approximately 30 centimetres away. We've got quite a bit of a strong breeze just come in, so I'll spin the camera all the way around whilst looking straight at it on this terrible overcast day. I do prefer to vlog and do all my videos in bright lit sunny days, but we're getting to that time of year now, so get used to this look. So what's the onboard quality sound like with that breeze as I'm spinning the camera around there? And you know I've got to turn it around and do the exact same test, haven't we? I'll do that while it's recording. So now I'll spin it round, it's 30 centimetres away again, talking to the back of it. That breeze has dropped now. Any audio differences there? So I'll do a quick test, talking to the front of the camera, and now I'm talking to the side of the camera, and now I'm talking to the back of the camera. And I'll spin that round as I'm talking. That's the back, now that's the side, and then now we're back to the front. Is there any audio differences there when I was spinning that round while we're continuing to talk there? So now you've listened to the onboard microphones all the way around the Nano, it's time to hook up that DJI wireless mic too. And just before I do that, I'm just going to show you how to do that on the screen's interface, and then we'll test out the wireless microphone with the Nano. Here we go. Right, so to connect the DJI wireless mic 2 to the Nano, and this is going to be the same principle no matter what DJI mic you've got, you'll just swipe down from the top, and there you'll see a mic icon, and once you hit that, just turn on your wireless mic. And then what you need to do is choose one of the TX tabs, so we'll just go with the TX1. And then we need to hit the pair button on the mic. So that's the little chain link icon there. We'll just press and hold that, and then it'll start rapidly blinking, as you can see. So straight away we've got a solid blue light, and now you can see that it's paired with the Nano. So we'll just tap confirm. And now you'll see when I'm talking we've got that green bar bouncing up and down to show you that it's successfully paired up. So now you're viewing the same clip, but I've got the wireless mic 2 attached. So what's the audio quality sound like with the wireless mic 2? And once again, you're listening to the wireless mic 2. I'm just talking at a normal level again, as I have been throughout this video. I'm slightly backing away. So what does the footage sound like when it's hooked up? So what does the audio quality sound like whilst it's hooked up to the wireless mic 2? Now I'm around 10 meters away at the moment. I'm just going to walk around. And sometimes doing these audio tests, when I turn my back on the device, it breaks the audio. So shall I do that to try it? Go on, I hear you cry. Go on then. Right, I'm going to turn around, and now I'm still talking. Has the audio cut out whilst I'm walking away my back to the Nano? Or is it crystal clear audio still? I don't know. I can't see at the moment. There's no way I can see the vision dock from here. But as I'm getting closer, I should hopefully see that bar bouncing at the top of the vision dock, and I know it's kept in sync and it's not broke. Yeah, that's right. It's still bouncing around, so it didn't break signal when I spun round, hopefully. I'm only going to know this when I get back and edit. So are we happy with the audio quality with the DJI wireless mic 2 hooked up to the Nano? So just one last test with this external microphone. I've got quite a bit of a breeze blowing around me now. Is that mic windshield doing a good job? It's shielding the wind on the mic through the Nano. So I'm still on the wireless mic at the moment, and there's not much more testing I can do with this because I'm not going to talk to the back and the side of the camera, obviously, because it's picking it up through the external mic here. So I've done all the onboard testing. And now I'm really done with the wireless mic. I'm just happy that it syncs and connects there, as it's the first time for me doing that, and I had no issues whatsoever. It connected straight away. And now you're listening to the onboard microphone on the Nano. So what's the audio differences sound like there? That clip's literally a few seconds after. It's the same amount of breeze. It's the same place I'm walking. So was there any audio differences there? To the onboard, to the wireless mic 2? So I'm done filming today with just a quick video, just going over that inbuilt microphone and then hooking it up to that DJI wireless mic 2, just to see how it compares there and just to show you how easy it is to hook up. Now you can attach any DJI wireless mic to the Nano now with the new upgrade, and as you can agree, those wireless microphones from DJI are really crisp and clear, especially that DJI wireless mic 2. I don't yet own the wireless mic 3, but I'm going to be looking into that, seeing if that's worth getting. Now these onboard microphones on all DJI action cameras are faultless, to be fair. I've got the Pocket 3, and the Pocket 3, although it's not bad, it's nowhere near as clear as the Action 5 Pro or Action 4, which I own. And now on the Nano, I'm doing further testing with it. That's what this video is about today. But the testing I have done with it, when I'm listening to it, it's very similar to the Action 5 Pro, which again, is really good. So as always, not that way. Squinting a bit here, no shades. So as always, do stay tuned to the channel, as there's going to be plenty more videos on the horizon, especially with testing out this newly released Nano. But for now, thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and bye for now.